So, my talk this morning is entitled Growing Good Seeds. And many of you know how much I love metaphors and how powerful I think they are, especially in teaching and conveying the teachings of the Buddha. And so, this morning, I want to talk about a metaphor of growing good seeds. And in Buddhism, the concept of karma teaches us that our actions have consequences, not unlike planting seeds in a garden. It is a metaphor that I think really encapsulates beautifully our journey on this path, the journey of personal and spiritual development. And at its core, growing good seeds in Buddhism refers to this conscious effort that we make, the intention that we set to plant the seeds of good karma through right action, right speech, right thought, all the components of the Noble Eightfold Path. Because each action, whether it's physical, verbal, or mental, is really like planting a seed in the garden of our minds. It's really like, um, you know, uh, putting it there to grow and prosper. And over time, with proper care and nurturing, these seeds grow into the fruits of positive experiences and progress on our path. And this really emphasizes the importance of intentional actions, intentional thoughts, intentional behaviors, obviously, intentional being the operative word there, in shaping our future and impacting the world around us. So the seeds that we sow through our thoughts, our words, and our deeds eventually bear fruit, shaping our lives, and as I said, impacting the world around us. So today, I want to explore a little bit the importance of growing good seeds and how we can cultivate a garden of wisdom and compassion. So let's just talk a minute about karma. Karma in the excuse me in the early Pali Canon referred to the consequences of our actions in this life and in the canon in the next reincarnated life. But in modern Buddhism, in Western Buddhism, we've really sort of emphasized a little differently there and see it as this natural law of cause and effect. What goes around comes around, by which I mean that every action we take, be it positive or negative, creates an imprint in our minds and shapes our future experience. And we know this. We know the role of impact, the impact of memory. We understand the role of past experience and so forth. So just as a seed will grow into a plant that bears fruit, our actions ripen into experiences that reflect their nature. So in Buddhism, as you often hear me say, there are three root causes of suffering, three poisons that the Buddha talked about: greed, hatred, and delusion. And these are like poisonous seeds that, when cultivated, lead to harmful actions, painful experiences, and suffering for ourselves and those with whom we come in contact. So we can either plant positive seeds or we can plant negative seeds. But by recognizing and uprooting the poisonous seeds through our practice, we create space for the wholesome seeds and qualities to flourish. So you can see how this metaphor just begins to spread out this teaching. And to grow a beautiful garden, we plant seeds of kindness, we plant seeds of compassion, we plant seeds of wisdom. And these wholesome seeds are nurtured every day through our thoughts, words, and actions. That's why intention is so important. So, for example, by practicing generosity, we plant seeds of abundance and joy. By cultivating compassion, we sow seeds of connection and understanding. And by developing wisdom, we plant seeds of clarity and insight. And as we tend to these seeds with mindfulness, with care, with intention, they grow into a garden of peace and well being. That's the result. That's the payoff, this beautiful garden of peace and well being. But growing good seeds requires both mindfulness and discernment based choices. We talk about discernment. We have to use discernment to make positive choices. So, in every moment, if we're paying attention, we have the opportunity to choose which seeds we water and which ones we let wither. We want to water the positive seeds and let wither the negative seeds of greed, hatred, and delusion. And by bringing awareness to our thoughts and actions, this is where our mindfulness and our noticing and our pausing comes in. we consciously choose to nurture the seeds of love, forgiveness and understanding while gently letting go without harshness, without judgment of ourselves, of the seeds of anger, resentment, and ignorance. And with practice, we transform our inner landscape. We reduce our suffering, as I said, and that of those around us. Because in the garden of our lives, we are both the gardener and the seeds. We are both the gardener and the seeds. And by understanding the law of karma and cultivating wholesome seeds, we have the power to shape our destiny and contribute to the well-being of ourselves and others. Remember that the Buddha taught that we are all interconnected, and our actions affect not just ourselves, but the broader community, the environment, the world around us. So growing good seeds really becomes a collective endeavor. It really becomes not just about us. It becomes about the greater good. So we work together and we come to Sangha to foster a culture of mindfulness, compassion, and wisdom. And in doing so, we collectively create a more harmonious and enlightened world. And we see it here every week. We see the insight, we see the wisdom, we see the discernment, we see the compassion. So in concluding, let me just say that growing good seeds in Buddhism is a comprehensive practice. It requires intention. It encompasses mindfulness, compassion, wisdom, patience, and our collective effort. It invites us to be intentional in our actions, to nurture our positive qualities and contribute to the well-being of all beings. And through this practice, we transform not only our own lives, but the world around us, one seed at a time. So let me just say in closing, may we all grow gardens of compassion, wisdom, and joy, and may the fruits of our practice nourish ourselves and all those around us. Okay.